Looking for cheap NBA 2K MT coins or Madden coins? Head on over to buy2kmut.com for the cheapest coins online and use code CRUSH for 20% off your order. Link will be in the description. What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So recently Bleacher Report released an article talking about some trades, and they had a trade in there I found interesting. Was Kyle Lowry headed to the Clippers? We'll get into the trade once we get into the video. So I thought it'd be fun today to do a Kyle Lowry Raptors rebuild. Of course, before we get into this video, if you guys could drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, it'd be greatly appreciated. And guys, tomorrow I'm dropping a Boston Celtics 82-0 rebuild challenge. I pre-recorded it while I'm gone for a couple days, and guys, it is the best 82-0 challenge by far thus far in the series. I built the best team, and we even beat my personal record. I won't even tell you how many wins we got, but make sure you guys watch that video tomorrow. But other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said, enjoy. So Bleacher Report recently released an article talking about some trades. So this is the trade that they released. Now, do I agree with it necessarily? No, not really, but I'm just thought it'd be interesting to do it. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So we have the Raptors trading Kyle Lowry for Lou Williams-Beverly and Ivica Zubac. So that's three decent pieces getting returned for Kyle Lowry, who's an aging point guard on a $30 million contract. But either way, you could agree it's not enough value for either side. If you know, feel free to leave your guys' trades of what you would do to make it better in the comment section below. I'd love to read them. But regardless, that's what we're doing today. So Kyle Lowry is eventually somebody the Raptors might move on from. Maybe they'll just keep him for the rest of his life. Who knows? But regardless, we have Lou Williams now, who was a former Toronto Raptor back in like 2015, I believe. And yeah, 2014, 2015. So welcome back to the team. And he will be here for a little bit. But other than that, we're just going to try to rebuild this team now that Kyle Lowry is gone. So this should be interesting. I'm going to try to make this as realistic as possible today as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Staff, we will be firing assistant coach, obviously, and our trainer. Nick Nurse is a awesome head coach. First year head coach winning a championship. You know, obviously had a good roster, but still, he's still a decent coach. So I'm going to keep him. And then obviously this season, he's impressed as well by having like one of the best teams in the East. So yeah, we're definitely keeping him. But for the draft, I don't know what pick we might have, but if it's anything, we have the 27th pick. And is there anything I want to do right now? Not necessarily. I kind of like the roster we have right now, so I'll just leave it the way it is for now. But for the draft, I want to go in here. So we have the 27th pick in this draft. And we might as well draft somebody that might be good for us later on. I guess I can take Nick Richards, Isaiah Stewart potentially out of Washington. Welcome to the team, Isaiah Stewart. And then he's a 70 overall. May not be important in this video at all, but you never know. So Terrence Davis, I will accept as well. Juan Hernandez, I guess we can accept. Stanley Johnson declines, which is fine. Boucher is a free agent. And then free agency, the most important free agent we have for the Raptors, of course, is Fred VanVleet, which, you know, he could leave Toronto this offseason. Some team might give him a big contract, but I'm going to keep him. I'm going to try to keep him if I can. So Lou Williams, I'm actually going to move to shooting guard. That way he can be our sixth man still. So we're going to move Lou Will to shooting guard because obviously he goes up in overall. So Lou Will is at the shooting guard. Beverly, I'm fine with being the point guard for now. Norman Powell, Terrence Davis. So we have a lot here. Obviously, Norman Powell has been great for the Raptors, so I want to keep him as the starting shooting guard. Terrence Davis could be somebody who can maybe use in a trade because we don't need that many shooting guards. But we also have Ivica Zubac, so we do need a better center potentially. OG Anunoby, I like at that small forward spot, but if we could upgrade it, we will. And of course, Fred VanVleet will be starting at point guard, and Beverly can come off the bench or whatever we want to do. We'll just have to see how we want to do things. Fred VanVleet could even start shooting guard. Who knows? We'll see. But other than that, guys, let's go ahead and get into free agency and re-sign Fred VanVleet. So Fred VanVleet, I'm going to give a 4-year, $60 million deal to. Serge Ibaka, we do need a center, so I think it'd probably make sense to re-sign him. Marc Gasol is 35. There's a chance you could re-sign him. I'm also going to give Boucher a contract, but he's 35, so I think I'm just going to let Marc Gasol walk, and he can go wherever he wants. But I'm also going to get Boucher back on his qualifying offer, and we'll have that all set in stone. And then other than that, the Raptors always sign Hassan Whiteside, obviously, which could be a nice fit for this team. We do need a center, but I think I kind of want to make some kind of splash trade, the trade deadline for this team, to kind of help out with Fred VanVleet and Siakam, which we definitely have pieces to do that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, we have a lot going on here. So I think I might move Boucher to the backup 4 just because, and then that'll be fine. So we'll have, yeah, I think we'll just run a lot of shooting guards in this rotation and just kind of see what happens. And we'll have Lou Will be the 6th man, obviously. But that's going to be our roster for season number 1. Obviously nothing spectacular, but it's still a decent roster nonetheless. And I will most likely stop the trade deadline to make some type of trade to upgrade this team one way or another. That way we're not wasting Siakam's time too much. The only thing I really hate about 2K is, I'm going to fix this, is Fred VanVleet regresses way too fast in this game, and I don't understand it at all. Like, I really don't. Man is 26 years old, only probably going to get better, and 2K just has him continuing going down in overall, which it doesn't make sense. At 26 as well, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Lou Williams 79 overall goes down as well, which is fine. But what we're going to do, guys, we're going to simulate season number 1 like I said, and hopefully once we get to the trade deadline, we can trade for some type of star. After a more or less retool season, we go 43 and 39, which obviously isn't very good, but we have changes to make. And Giannis is going to be a free agent. That's something I could look at, because there's been a lot of rumors about the Raptors potentially wanting Giannis in 2021. So if I could free up the money to get him, of course I'd want him. And then Chris Boucher goes out there and wins most improved player. That's kind of interesting. And then other than that, not much else. So after, like I said, it's more of a retool season. I stopped at the trade deadline, tried to make something happen, and it just didn't really work, especially if we're able to eliminate Giannis in the first round. Maybe he would even think about it more. But these were the stats. So we had 11, 12. So obviously we need to get Siakam some help. So there's a guy I looked at, like Bradley Beal was somebody I looked at. That could be interesting. But we could obviously go for Giannis. Like I said, it's been a rumor. It's been a rumor. Miami, there's a lot of teams interested in Giannis, obviously. But we'll have to see. There's the Warriors out there, and we almost beat them in 7, which is kind of interesting. The fact that we're not, I don't really find us to be like the greatest team, and we almost beat them, and the Bucks get eliminated in the second round, which ultimately would most likely result in Giannis wanting to leave Milwaukee. So that could be a thing. So I'm gonna go to the draft lottery, and we are gonna have a mid-round pick, I think. We have the Miami's pick, and then our pick, we have the 18th, or no, we have the 18th pick. I don't know why I thought I saw Rockets and must have read Raptors. I'm dyslexic, sorry. 18th pick, staff signing. We got Nick Nurse and all that, so that's great. All right, we're gonna go with Ryan Johnson to be our assistant GM. And once we get into the draft, we have a mid-round pick. I'll see what I can get here, if we can get something good. But I think obviously going for Giannis here is something the Raptors would want to do. Is he gonna come to Toronto? I have no clue, but obviously him taking over that small forward spot would be fantastic. Norman Powell accepts his player option, and we're gonna have to free up money as well. Terrence Davis, there's a lot of key important free agents here with these 3 guys. Definitely would like them all back if I can. We have negative $17 million in cap space. So if we renounce Lou Williams, who we're not going to be re-signing, unfortunately, and we renounce Patrick McCaw, we'd have to trade like Beverly, Ibaka. We'd have to trade like almost everybody. Not necessarily everybody, but we'd have to definitely trade Beverly, which I'm totally fine with. He's making $14 million. So let's go ahead and find a trade package for Beverly. He didn't play very many minutes for us anyway, so I'm sure he'd be fine with wanting to get out here. So if we attach the first round pick with Beverly and send him to Boston, that could be interesting. Marcus Smart and Beverly could probably get along very well, I feel like. That could be something that would happen. Marc Gasol as well. We trade a first, Al Horford. I think this is the most realistic trade I like, because Boston's going to take on that salary, and we attach a first round pick and we get a second and Sadiq Bey. I think that's fine. We'll do that. So now I'm kind of curious how far off we are from getting Giannis. So we need $14 million in cap space more freed up. All right, that's something we definitely can make happen. So if I were to trade, I don't know if I want to trade Norman Powell necessarily. We could, or is it more likely do we trade Serge Ibaka? We kind of have to make a decision there on that. I'm going to trade some of these guys down here that I don't necessarily need, like DeJuan Hernandez. We can do something like this for some seconds. Obviously, he's nothing important, so I'm not going to get a first for him. Sadiq Bey, Jaden Springer, some young pieces down here. Matt Thomas as well. Going to free that up a little bit. And then we're going to have to make a decision on whether... why has he got so much value? I mean, you can give me a second, but Matt Thomas I don't think needs to go for a first round pick or anything. So Giannis Antetokounmpo, 11 mil freed up. So 11 million. So you basically need to choose between Norman Powell and Serge Ibaka. Center spot, I like the idea of Serge Ibaka, but Norman Powell is pretty important for us, or he's been pretty important for the Raptors. So I feel like Serge Ibaka is more replaceable, potentially. We'll have to see. I don't know how I feel about it necessarily, but let's see what we can get for him. So we get JaVale McGee, but we kind of need an absolute salary dump. Marc Gasol in a second from the Raptors, and then he can kind of go back to, okay, I kind of like that, just because Serge could, reunite with his former Oklahoma City Thunder team. I like this trade. We'll do it. So now we probably need a little bit more freed up. 4 million freed up. We got Marc Gasol in return. I'm probably gonna trade Zubac now. And can I get a first for Zubac? Memphis wants to be 2 firsts. I don't know about that necessarily, but Derrick Jones Jr. We can do that, but I'll take 1 first from you in 2024. We'll do that. And then now we should be able to sign Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I'm gonna do this. And I did all that just for him to like not even want to come here. That's funny. That's absolutely hilarious, actually. All right, what about getting Kawhi to come back to Toronto? Is that a thing? It's not likely to happen, but I rather would have had Giannis, obviously. But Kawhi is gonna be fine too. So I hate the idea of this, bro. I hate the idea of getting Kawhi and not Giannis. Definitely would have rather have Giannis because I feel like that's more realistic. Why would Kawhi leave Toronto then come back? Just kind of weird to me. Yeah, I don't like that too much, but it is what it is. So we have Kawhi back in Toronto, Siakam, Marc Gasol. So we're basically almost have the same exact roster. That's funny, bro. I just can't imagine something like that happening. I'm gonna sign Lou Williams back as well to a 3-year deal. Definitely be a nice 6-man. Boucher, I want to sign back as well, but he wants a lot of cash. I'm not sure I'm too fond of that. And then we could sign like Kelly Olynyk, I guess, to a 2-year deal. Be a nice backup center for us to get Lou Will. And then Boucher, I want back as well. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Marc Gasol, I'm not really sure I want him to be my starting center necessarily, but it might have to happen. So we'll get Boucher back to be our backup 4. And then we probably need like a backup point guard or small forward. So let's go look for that. Small forward or point guard. We can go with, let's go with Brokov. Or do we have a bird rights on somebody I just saw? Patrick McCaw, I guess. We can sign Patrick McCaw back. Why not? McCaw, welcome to the team. And then if we can get Boucher back, he's about to get an offer. I'm actually going to match it just because he won most improved player or whatever. So Boucher is going to be on the team now for a big pretty penny. Kind of needed him back anyway. So yeah, we got Kawhi back in Toronto. Like I said, would have rather have it been Giannis. I feel like that makes a lot more sense. Kawhi coming back is just kind of weird. But this is just 2K, so it's not that big of a deal. But regardless, we got Kawhi in Toronto now, back on a 3-year deal. He felt bad for leaving, so fun guy decided to come back to Toronto, I guess. So Kawhi goes down in overall. Lou Williams is down to a 76. Not that great, but it's all good. So I will still stop the trade deadline if there is a move to make. But for now, I'm liking our roster going into season number 2. And hopefully, guys, we can be somewhat decent and be a finals contender. We'll see what happens. We are at the trade deadline. We're 31-20 right now. I want to boost up our team if we can. So I want to try to pull off a trade for Bradley Beal if I'm going to be able to. I'll give you Norman Powell, Chris Boucher, and I know that's not enough. I'll give you the rest of my first-round picks for the rest of my life. How about that as well, if you want to do something like this? And see if they would be willing to do this. If they don't, that's totally fine. We can find another shooting guard to potentially go after. And they don't agree to that. So that makes sense that they wouldn't agree to this. So Bradley Beal is not going to happen. I still want to upgrade at that shooting guard spot. Norman Powell is great and all, but Bradley Beal is somebody that would be awesome to get. But team intel, a lot of teams are selling their shooting guards right now. So when I look at stats right now, Kawhi is probably helping. So we have 21, 18, 11, 11, 11. So yeah, I mean, things are going fine. We do need a center more than anything. So maybe I should be looking for a center, because our center spot is kind of weak right now. But we'll see. We could go for like a Clint Capella. We could go, where's Clint Capella now? The Spurs with Giannis. Giannis would have been fun to have on this team. Karl Towns, Nurkic is a thing. Chris Middleton, what about that? Nah, okay. So Drummond also, but he makes a lot of money at this point in 2K, so I'm not sure about that. So I kind of want to basically go Bears. Could be interesting as well at that center spot. So maybe we could go for Rudy. The Jazz are selling anyway. How much is he making? Making 31 mil. Oh, we got a big contract, didn't he? At 29. I don't know if about that. How old is Buddy Hield? He's 29. Could be a nice scorer. Maybe I can just go a simple upgrade like with Buddy Hield. If I give you like Norman Powell and Lou Williams and a couple of first round picks for Buddy, would you guys do this? 1 first. Okay, probably should have gave up 2. But that's a huge upgrade. So we have Fred VanVleet, Buddy Hield, Kawhi, Siakam, and Marc Gasol now. And Chris Boucher still coming off the bench. Our bench did get a little thin, but that's all right. So yeah, Buddy Hield, nice little shooting guard. That's awesome. That's very awesome. All right, I'm liking that. I'm liking this a lot. That's looking good now. So, wow. Okay, so that upgraded our team a little bit. Buddy Hield is definitely going to come help right away. How's he doing this season anyway? Player stats. He's averaging 13. Definitely would like to see that number go up, but he is shooting efficiently, so that matters. But let's go ahead and keep simulating. I definitely want to see Siakam and Kawhi lead the Raptors back to a championship again. That'd be awesome, but let's see what happens. At the end of this season, we went 47-35. Nothing too spectacular by any means, but 21 from Kawhi, 18, 15 from Buddy, 11, 11, 10, 10, 5, 3. So yeah, there's some more upgrades to make, but we are playing the 76ers in the first round, who have Ben Simmons, Richardson, and Embiid. So yeah, we might lose here. And we beat them in 7. Okay, and we don't have to deal with the first seeded Brooklyn Nets either. We're playing the 8th seeded Pistons, who have Graham, Boston, Hood, Wiseman, and Whiteside, and Blake Griffin. Okay, can we beat this team? Beat them in 5, and now we're playing the Boston Celtics, who are only the 3rd seed. This team is definitely better than us. We gave them Beverly as well. All right, man. Can we beat the Boston Celtics somehow? Let's see. And we beat them in 5. We're in the NBA Finals playing the San Antonio Spurs. Wow. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. So Murray, Fournier, DeRozan. This team is good. I mean, the spacing sucks. Murray, Fournier are decent shooters, but DeRozan's not. Giannis is. He's getting better. Clint Capella can't shoot either, so their spacing is kind of awful. But other than that, this is a pretty decent roster. Let's go game by game. So let's go to the play game, and then you got to do this, right? It's simple as this. Simulate game. We win game 1, so that's awesome. All right. I was not expecting to come in here. I did not need to do that again. Simulate game. We win game 2. All right. Can we win game 3? No, 2-1. Okay. Let's do this again. Can we go up 3-1? 3-1? No, even series. All right. Can we win this one? No, we're down 3-2. Let's go Simcast now. Simcast the rest of this series. All right, man. Game 7, we got to force one home and San Antonio. And it's looking like we might be able to do that as a very close game. We lose by 4 points. Okay, not a big deal. This team almost made it all the way. That's awesome. But the Spurs stump us in the NBA Finals. Okay, so let's get into this offseason and make some moves. So staff signing, I'm going to go Nick Nurse again, of course. And the thing I do want to do right now is I really want to go for Bradley Beal now. So let me go try to... he's expired right now. He's about to be a free agent, isn't he? Okay, maybe I can't get him. So trade finder, we have no picks. So let's go straight to player options. Player options, Sadiq Bey, I'm going to sign. Isaiah Stewart, I'll sign as well. Qualifying offers, we have none. And then free agency, we have, do we have anybody important? No, but we should be able to sign some decent players off the bench, which is good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we need a center bad. A center is very important. So let's find a center. We can get Nico. We can get Bismack Biyombo, who did play in Toronto and actually had some of his best times in Toronto because that's when he got paid. That could be interesting. Poirier. I don't want Gasol back. He's just too much money. I'll offer Bismack Biyombo a contract. Why not? We'll do it. And then shooting guards, Damian Lee, Beverly. We could get back. Let's sign Beverly. Why not? We could use something like that. So Patrick Beverly and Bismack, we don't have enough room to sign Beverly, so never mind on that. And then we can sign, I guess I'll sign Gasol back to a 1-year, $10 million deal. He could be a salary filler for some type of trade I kind of want to do. So if I went to the Raptor or just anywhere now, because I really want to upgrade this center spot. So let's say I threw Buddy Hield. No, I'll keep Buddy Hield actually. So let's say I went... what do I want to do here? Gasol and Olynyk. Can I get a good center out of this? Aaron Baines, Cantor. Okay, nothing that great pops up there. All right, what if I went to the Spurs and asked for Clint Capella? Would they potentially give him to me? So what if I went like Gasol and let's say Olynyk for Capella? And I'll give you a couple of firsts for Capella as well. Would they do this? 2026 first? No. Okay. I'll also give you Isaiah Stewart, who I don't necessarily want. They're not going to do this, are they? Not going to do it. Okay, so that's not going to work. We're not going to get Capella. That could have been a nice cheap center to have, but not Capella. Bradley Beal's on a 1-year deal. He did accept his team option. What if I could pull that off? What about if I gave you Buddy Hield and 11 more million in this trade? I'll give you Marcus Gasol as well, and a couple of firsts, and another first. And I'll also give you Olynyk. No, they don't agree. Okay. We need a center. We need a center more than anything. So let me find a center real quick that I can get. Give me Steven Adams, who's only making 19 million. I'll give you an expiring contract of Marcus Gasol. I'll also give you Kelly Olynyk, and then I'll also give you Jaden or Sadiq Bey, and they won't agree to this. Okay, so we got Steven Adams. That's a huge upgrade at center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. We could use a trade. Let me try for one more thing. So we're gonna trade Isaiah Stewart, McCaw for a point guard or anything. Honestly, we need more. Okay, George Hill could be perfect. My only issue with George Hill, he might go down in overall. Ty Jerome. George Hill almost seems like perfect player to go get though. I don't know how much he'll regress, but I'm getting him. Player progression. Let's see if he goes down too much. Hopefully he doesn't go down too much, but George Hill just seems like the perfect point guard to have. So player progression, we got all right, so we got Kawhi Leonard and George Hill's down here at a 79. That's not too bad. Bismack Biyombo goes down, but that's all right. So that's awesome. All right, boys, here we go. Let's go into season number 3 and let's go full force for our championship. And hopefully we can win another one after we traded Kyle Lowry. Season number 3, I think it is, comes to an end. And Luka's your MVP. Amoni Bates, Rookie of the Year on the Pacers. Cousins is your 6th man, a defensive player. And Kira Lewis Jr. is your most approved. And Nick Nurse, Coach of the Year, as we went 65-17. So this has got to be our championship season right here. If not, it is our last season in general, though, that I'm going to simulate. So we had 27, 20, 19. That's what I'm talking about. That is looking great. Nice little trio combination. Fred VanVleet had 10 points himself and 8 assists. Boucher with 11. Adams with 8.5 and 8 rebounds. Jane Springer, George Hill all did their thing off the bench, which is great. Playing the Magic in the first round. Schroeder, Sexton, Okoro. Actually not a bad Magic team, but I feel like we shouldn't lose to them. And we sweep them, which is great. And now we're playing the 76ers, who we beat last year. See if we can do it again. And, ooh, that was close, but we beat them in 7 games. We're playing the Pistons, who somehow snagged Kyrie Irving somewhere. Crispy Flakes is absolutely having a parade, having Kyrie Irving, Jonas Valanciunas, Whiteside on this team, and James Wiseman. This team isn't looking too bad, to be honest, and it is a very close game. Let me play a game, and let's simulate this game. Can we beat them in 6? Nope, going to a game 7, and let's see if we can beat them in Toronto and go into the NBA Finals. Let's see, boys, can we do it? And we're beating them. Okay, good. So we absolutely blow them out. Buddy Hield had 38 in that close. 9 threes. We had game 6 Clay on our hands. Not quite, but 38 points is absolutely extraordinary. We're playing my Portland Trailblazers. We have Lillard, McCollum, Hazonia, Achawa, Bamba. Yeah, this team is not ready to play. This team is definitely not ready for this. And we sweep them. Let's go, boys. We have won a championship after trading Kyle Lowry. So Kawhi Leonard is your finals MVP. Fun guy, comes back to the Toronto to win another championship, and then he's gonna leave again, probably. Yeah, I know. I'm not too excited. I wasn't too proud of getting Kawhi back. Would have rather have Giannis. Feel like it would have made more sense realistic wise, but that's all right. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video regardless. I know I had a lot of fun with this one today. Make sure to watch tomorrow's video, but other than that, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.